Here we are at the 40th Annual Vancouver Film Festival at the Vancouver Playhouse, and I'm going to be interviewing some of the filmmakers tonight, so stay tuned.
We as tourists have kind of lost the plot, I think.
Holidays become cheaper.
Over-tourism and environmental degradation.
Mass tourism has led to destruction.
The world has become an oyster for the masses.
Tyson, congratulations on your documentary, The Last Tourist. How did the idea come about?
Almost 4 years ago, in January of 2018, I was approached by our executive producer, Bruce Poon-Tip, as well as Leanne Thomas in Toronto, to make a film, to start a global conversation around responsible tourism. For the last 20 years, I feel like I've been on the road through work and through my travels. I've been to over 70 different countries, and so I think they specifically hand chose me because a lot of the subjects that we discuss in the film, I've experienced them and I've lived them. And the film was 4 years in the making, and just really excited today to be able to put this in front of an audience.
Yes, and it's a world premiere, correct? And I see the images are captivating in the trailer. It's just stunning. And so what do you want people to take away from the documentary?
Ultimately, we want to create a global conversation around how we travel. This film, since the start, I wanted this to be an inconvenient truth for the travel industry. It's our hope that we can revolutionize the way that we travel, the way that we interact with other communities.
The message is there, it's never too late, and with COVID, right, it's
Right.
An opportunity to rethink tourism.
Well, and I think that's what COVID has allowed us to do. It's allowed us to stop. The world has ground to a halt over the last year and a half, and people stopped traveling. And this is a really unique opportunity that's going to allow us to reset and rethink, the way that we interact with the world, around us. And so I think that, we have an obligation to ourselves and to the planet just to give more thought into, what we're doing when we're traveling abroad, so we can be more responsible global citizens.
Yes, and it's in other languages as well.
We traveled around the world for this film. Over the course of 3 years, we traveled to 17 different countries, well over 40 countries that are featured in the film. But we told major stories from Peru, Ecuador, India, Cambodia, and Thailand. And it truly is a global story.
And it's a must-see film, and it's rethinking tourism. And is there anything else you'd like to add, Tyson?
This is my first, documentary feature, so I'm very proud to be here. I was born and raised in Vancouver, so it's really nice to, to have this as a kind of a homecoming for me at Vancouver International Film Festival. I'm really happy to be home, and I'm really happy to have, a lot of support from the community here. And, it's my hope that with this film, we can cause a paradigm shift to happen, and to cause a global conversation. I would love to see through this film, us to be able to ignite a conversation around tourism the same way that Food Inc. ignited a conversation around our relationship with food, the same way that An Inconvenient Truth ignited a conversation around our relationship with the environment and our impact on global warming. The Last Tourist is a film that serves to ignite our conversation about why we travel and how we can do that more responsibly.
You've interviewed travelers and experts, right?
Absolutely. We have a wonderful cast of conservation and travel experts in the film. Names that you might know, Dr. Jane Goodall is in our film. And coincidentally, we interviewed her right here at Vancouver International Film Festival in 2018. So it's kind of come full circle. We had a lot of support from National Geographic. The CEO, Gary Nell, is featured in our film, and president and founder of G Adventures, Bruce Poon-Tip. We have from all aspects of the industry, from academics to tour operators and critics. They're all represented in the film.
Congratulations, Tyson. Congratulations. Is this your first feature film, Night Raiders?
It is, yeah. It's my first feature.
Yeah. So how does it feel to direct your first feature film? And it's such an important topic, and timely and creative.
Yeah, I mean, the film's been brewing since I first started writing it in 2013, so it's been a long process, and I felt like it was such an important thing for us to be talking about, that it needed to be a national conversation. But yeah, it was a big undertaking for a first feature. There was a lot of scale, a lot going on, so yeah, it definitely felt like a big undertaking.
What do you want people to take away from the film?
It's set in a near future, and everything in it is based on real historical policies that were inflicted upon Indigenous people. And so I want people to understand the impact that these policies had on every aspect of Indigenous life, especially the residential school system. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the impact, but also just to promote more understanding and empathy.
I mean, I've watched the trailer and it evokes emotion. It's I want to know more, and the impact. It's just so impactful. And what has the feedback been like so far?
Yeah, really amazing. I mean, it centers upon a mother and her daughter, and I think everyone can universally understand what it is if you had your child taken away. And so at the core of the story is the love between them, and I think it shines so beautifully through the performances of Elmaya Telfeathers and Brooklyn Letexier Hart. They just did a beautiful job in bringing these characters to life.
I mean, it's animated. It's
yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yes, and it's in languages English and Cree.
Yes. Yeah, putting Cree on screen. It's my dad's first language, and languages were attempted to be eradicated, and so it's really powerful when we get the opportunity to platform them in this way.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just that I hope that people, enjoy the film, and I'm really proud of the story that we were able to tell, and also that it was the first New Zealand-Canada co-production, which was a really amazing endeavor. It really shows the spirit and the connection of the global Indigenous film community.
There's clearly a pattern that the southern resident killer whales are not getting enough food, they're starving.
Their survival is hanging on edge right now.
Congratulations on your first feature film, is that correct?
Yes, it is our first feature film. We are so excited to be here.
So unbelievably excited, yeah.
Well, you just actually just came from Montana, right? Montana?
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
We were at Jackson Wild, where we had our first world premiere there, and it was an incredible week with so many amazing filmmakers and conservationists. And then, yesterday started to drive up to here, so it's been a pretty beautiful, amazing, crazy week, but wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
Yes, and I like your whale, your necklace.
My friend carved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So tell us about the film. I mean, it's saving the orca, but it's more than that.
Yeah, so the film is Coextinction, and it is about the endangered southern resident killer whales, which live on the west coast of North America. But like you said, it's about so much more than the orcas. These orcas are such an incredible species. They're so beautiful, intelligent, charismatic, and they're kind of like the communication liaison for so much more that's happening in the Pacific Northwest that so many people don't know about. Big issues that are affecting salmon populations, that are affecting Indigenous communities all across the coast and affecting us ultimately. So it's kind of this beautiful story where we unravel, why is this species on the verge of extinction and how can we protect them? And in the process, we learn so much about the interconnectedness of life on the coast.
Yes, and did you always have a passion for the killer whales?
I have, yeah. Ever since I was a kid, I was like 5 years old, I watched Free Willy, and as many orca conservationists around my age in like 2030s, they watched Free Willy and then they were like, I'm going to protect this species with everything I have, and I love them so deeply. I keep saying they're kind of my compass, my guiding light, and I got to make sure that they survive. But I'm also so grateful that this film took the, bigger picture that it did, and that we got to look at these bigger issues that connect us all together. So very grateful for them for telling us their story.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, it's a dream, but also a lot of hard work. So tell us when it all began, the process.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, Gloria and I met on the West Coast. Out on the water, she was tracking these orcas and learning about them and learning how we could protect them. And she had this idea to make a documentary film to help protect them. And I was out there filming them for a YouTube series I was creating. And she pitched me the idea for the film, and the rest is essentially history. But like you said, it's been a lot of work, and this film has been created through the support of so many people, incredible communities. Without, the support of so many different people and communities, we would not have been able to create this film. So the team that's here today, we're so excited. So many of them are first-time filmmakers. We're gonna be premiering on Sunday, and we're gonna have Indigenous members from the film come out and speak, and we're really excited to have the support of them and so many more people that have made this possible.
Wow, congratulations. And what do you want people to take away from the documentary?
Honestly, the first thing is to take action. That's a big, from the very beginning we started to create this film, impact was at the core of it, making sure that we made a film so people would take action. And not just little actions that sometimes people go for, but these big, bold, systemic actions for systemic change. And that's really the number one goal. But I think also it's about people having a mindset shift, understanding that they are interconnected with people around them, with their ecosystem, with the extinction crisis, the climate crisis. All of these things just feel, because I truly believe that if people know that they're interconnected with nature, with others, there would be so much less harm done to nature, to humans. And so I really do hope that's a message that people take away from the film.
Yeah, I think she nailed it. Yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think just that, I'd really like to emphasize, this film is ultimately a manifesto to the importance to take bold action. We are in a very important time right now on planet Earth, and there are so many species out there. There's so much trying to tell us that we need to change the way that we're doing things, and we need to change the way that we're interacting and thinking about nature and interacting with each other as well. So this is really a wake-up call kind of film, and hopefully people also find it very beautiful and inspiring, so that they feel like they get to be a part of this incredible movement that's happening.
And you're making it happen, and congratulations, and inspiring. And is there another documentary in the works, shall I ask?
Many. We have so many different ideas, and all to do with interconnectedness, intersectionality, bold action, allyship. Those are kind of like the core pillars of the next films we want to make, because we truly, truly believe that films can change the world, they can change mindsets, they can create movements, and so we're going to keep doing this for a very long time.
Thank you very much.